I made you a promise, so it's best I keep it. Our season continues in February and it does not get any easier from here as we pick up a 2-2 draw against Darmstadt and we would draw 1-1 against Heidenheim. However, soon enough it is time for us to get back onto the pitch against Firth. Being away from home, you should always aim to make things awkward, uncomfortable and difficult for your opponents, and the best way to do that is a counter-attack. And honestly, when 1860 Munich counter-attacks, the build-up play is phenomenal. But can I give it a deserving finish? Anyways, what do you think of the new hairstyle? Top tier pressure is another way to make our opponents uncomfortable, and when Sherlock and Sherlock link up after winning the ball, it only ends one way. With 5 minutes left to go, we wanted one more goal, and in order to do that, we needed some smart build-up play, and that's exactly what we got. Making a shadow run behind Diogo, with Kai getting the ball in the flanks, he crossed it to me, and I was able to score a dive and header. Honestly boys, I think this team is a little bit overpowered. The referee finally blows the whistle to end Firth's suffering and to give us the 3 points at the end of the month. And when one month ends, another one begins, and we begin March on top of the table, comfortably so, with 11 points. We began the month against Bochum in a game destined to be entertaining for the fans. However, things quickly turned sour as an event occurred that a lot of people will want to forget. But enough talking, it's best that you see it for yourself. And then when I got back into the locker rooms, I just let it all out. All the frustration, all the anger I had towards the coach for underappreciating me, for not being grateful for when I said no to my dream club 5 times. But looking back, it was probably a mistake. Moving on, the boys remained in first place despite my suspension. Scored on my first game back, and then against Dinamo Dresden we were able to smash them 4-0 to continue the good form despite the awkward atmosphere. But I did clear things up with the boys. While some were upset with me and against it, others were understanding and supported me. But I'm hoping that that does not get in the way of our chemistry against Stuttgart. But in the 15th minute, it didn't seem like I had much to worry about as Diogo and I linked up and the rest was history. And in the 25th minute, we showed that VfB Stuttgart stood no chance against my dribbling and our deadly link-up play on the counter-attack. But the question still remains, did all this fancy footwork lead to a goal? I feel like you already knew the answer to that question. I guess we can't stay on easy mode for long as Stuttgart finally wakes up from the dead and now they're the ones on the attack, and eventually it gets to Waller's hands. Now I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I'm gonna commentate this next part, so I won't. Instead I'll ask you a question. Does this goal deserve a like? The VfB Stuttgart fans can now leave the stadium knowing that they gave us 3 points. Well, it is April and it is almost time for us to make some history and win the Bundesliga 2 title. However, a 2-1 loss to Nuremberg definitely doesn't help, and a 2-2 draw against relegation fodder definitely sends some concern around the grapefield. But the coach reminds us of what's at stake. And now only Kaiserslautern and 90 minutes separate us from the Bundesliga 2 title and our one-way ticket into the Bundesliga. And we start off quick and strong in the 8th minute, and honestly boys, I'll have to admit it, sometimes you need a bit of luck to score goals. And sometimes you need a strong Florian Sherlock tackle. We're definitely not blowing a 2-goal lead again, right? Well, it seems like Kaiserslautern disagreed with that idea as they went on an attack, and despite Albert's tackle, they kept the ball, and eventually, the ball was in the back of the wrong net. But hey, don't forget what I said last time. We are not making this mistake again, and in order to make sure that that didn't happen, I took matters into my own hands. And I had to ask y'all a question. Does this deserve a like? So heading into halftime, we're 3-1 up, and all that we have to do is keep the composure. Just gotta stay calm, it's our game to lose. And we got straight back to work as I got the opportunity to score the 4th goal. And when the ball fell to me after this corner, I had only one thing in mind. With 10 minutes to go, I dribbled past the defensive line, and this time I realized that hey, if I can't score, I know someone else who can. But don't forget, boys, I'm a creative playmaker, and not even Trent is making this pass. And well, I guess that's that. The end of the story. Well, not yet, right? Because there's still one last thing that I have to do here. Hey Dad, it's your son, Julius. I never understood why you could love this side of Munich as opposed to the other one, the one that I love. I never understood how you got joy from watching this club, until I began to play for it. And hey, look, I did it. Again. Remember that promise I made you? Well, I wish you could still be here to see me keep it. But that's fine. At least you were right about one thing. 1860 Munich will win the Bundesliga. Because Munich is white and blue.